And confidence affects everything you do. Everything you do in life is affected by your confidence. So I'm going to give you 3 master keys to self-confidence, and then I'm out of here. Okay? So, number 1, the first thing with confidence, it affects everything you do. Everything you do is affected by your confidence. So the question is, how do you have more confidence? Well, there are 3 keys to have more confidence. Number 1 is to relinquish attachment to the outcome. It's attachment that causes you to fear. Literally, fear is the opposite of confidence. So when you relinquish attachment to the outcome, you just let go. You ever hear the one, when I was a kid, I heard about a monkey sitting on a raft with his hand in a jar, holding onto a quarter. He refused to let go, so he couldn't pull his hand out of the jar. And as the raft was going towards the waterfall. And I get that analogy because so many people, they're attached to the outcome. It doesn't mean you don't want it. It doesn't mean you don't go after it with tactical aggression, but it means you're not attached to the outcome. That also liberates you. It liberates you because you're free. You can do any move you want to make. He who has the most options wins. So relinquish attachment to the outcome. That's number 1. When you're too attached, you actually push away what you want. So number 1 master key to have more confidence is to relinquish attachment to the outcome. You say, well, how do I do that, Scott? Well, you do it through practice. Every day you remind yourself and you practice and you slow down so that you can speed up. When we do martial arts techniques, people always want to learn. I want to learn new techniques. I want to learn this and that. I say, give me one really good. We learn it this way. Accuracy first, so we do it slow to get it accurate. Then speed, and then power. Boom, in that order. So it's the same way with your practice. Practice it, slow it down, and remind yourself to relinquish attachment to the outcome, to not be so attached. Because when you're attached, it's a pushing away from energy. Imagine if you had a date. You knocked on her door, she answers the door, and you go, kiss me, right? You're going to push her away, so you got to keep your effing cool. Relinquish attachment to the outcome. That's number 1. Now, number 2 is emotional control. Control your emotions. How do you do that? Through practice. We are not our emotions. I know a lot of people would like to think they are their feelings and they are their emotions, but you're not. You have them. You possess them. Don't let them possess you. Practice emotional control. You do it on a daily basis. In every moment, you can practice emotional control because your emotional response transfers control to your attacker. Your emotional response transfers control away from you and to the circumstance. Let me give you a real life example. Many years ago as a teen, I'm driving down the road. My brother's driving, I'm the passenger, and the cop's headlights come on in the rearview mirror. And my brother goes, oh shit, and he slams the dash and he pulls over and he starts cussing and hollering. And I said, bro, hold on, man. Calm down. You don't know what he wants. Maybe you have a tail light out. Why don't we just see what he wants? I saw it from a totally objective view. He says, shut up, Scott. The cop came up. He says, do you know how fast you were driving? My brother goes, here, no, I don't. Here. All pissed off. He went into ticketed mode. He didn't have emotional control. So the cop says, you were doing 40. This is a 30. I'll be right back. Cop comes back, hands him a ticket. Okay? So a few weeks later, I'm driving. Cop's lights come on in the rearview mirror. Oh no, my heart goes up for a second. And then I said, wait a minute. And I remembered what happened with my brother. So I took a breath and I got energetic and emotional control. The cop came up. He said, do you know how fast you were going? I said, no, I really don't. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Could you give me a break? He said, okay, but watch your speed around here. Handed back my driver's license. Now, I was delighted at the result, but I also noticed a phenomenon. When I controlled my emotions and my energy, it affects the energy of circumstances and others. Because you might think, well, you don't have control in that situation. The cop does. Right, but you do have control of your emotions and your energy. Now, cops are used to writing tickets, and they're used to people being pissed off when they pull them over. But if you're cool and you take a breath and calmly ask for what you want, often you'll get it. And I've gotten out of more tickets than I can count. My kids have seen it. My friends have seen it. It's crazy. I don't get pulled over much anymore. But when I do, I haven't had a ticket in years, because I control my energy and my emotions. So you can practice it in everyday life. All of life is war. All of life is martial arts. The world is your dojo. So when you practice emotional control, you'll get better results and it will increase your confidence. Realize the opposite of confidence, fear, is an emotion. It's a deeply rooted emotion. When you practice emotional control, you will be amazed at how much more confidence you have. And the more control you have, you're the puppet master, not the puppet. The more control you have, the more power you have. I'm going to give you another example. In college, new girl, pretty girl shows up. All the guys are oogling and ogling and buzzing around the hive. I said to my friend George, watch, she's going to come to me. He goes, what, really? I said, yeah, watch. So she's over there. All the guys are flocking around her. When she looked over at me, I just kind of smirked and looked down. Sure enough, she came over to me. And that was the beginning of a very fun relationship. Having confidence makes life more fun. So what happened there? Well, again, just like someone going into ticketed mode, so the cop goes into the ticket writing mode, when you change your mode, you change your energy and control your emotions, then that creates a change in them. So she was used to guys coming around because she's so pretty, coming around and oogling and ogling. Because I didn't do that, emotionally, energetically, she said, why isn't he coming over? What's different about him? And she had to come over to satisfy that curiosity. See, controlling your emotions and controlling your energy affects everything. And you can do it through daily practice. Now, number three of the master keys to unstoppable confidence is to be alpha. And here's what I mean by that. You might think, oh, alpha male. Well, it is that, but it's more than that. The alpha principle is the law of attack. Now, I don't mean going out and starting street fights. I don't mean going out and starting arguments and attacking someone. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you aggress on your goals. You attack. Aggression breeds confidence. When you're a football player, when you're a fighter, when you're in the ring, you aggress. The more you defend, the more you lose ground. So if you go through life just defending and never attacking, you lose ground. One time I was giving a lesson, a martial arts lesson on a field, and I literally drew a line in the dirt. And I said, when I attack you, the farther back, the more you defend, the farther back you go, the more ground you lose from that line. So when you attack, the more you attack in life and go after your goals with tactical aggression, the more confident you become. And success breeds success. So start attacking your goals. Start taking action. That's a law of attack. If you only defend, you will lose ground. You know, $10 an hour may have been real good pay in 1920, but it's not now. So you need to attack your goals. Go after them with aggression. So these are the three keys. If you combine being relinquished attachment to the outcome, have emotional control, and have tactical aggression, in other words, attack, you'll have unstoppable self-confidence.